Hello, this is Roger, Low Vision Product Manager here at HumanWare. And in this video, I'm going to overview the majority of the functionality of your Explore 5 device. First, I'm going to power my Explore 5 on by turning it and pressing the power button on the top edge. When the device powers on, I can now go ahead and utilize some of the functionalities that are available to me. Again, on the right edge, there is a zoom in button with a plus on it and a tactile indicator. So I can tap that to increment in, or I can press and hold to zoom rapidly all the way to the maximum zoom if I want, which is 22x, or I can use the minus button to zoom back out to 2x, which is the minimum magnification. I can also change the contrast using the contrast button on the left-hand side of the screen. We can go to a pure black on white, a white on black, a black on yellow, a yellow on black, and then back to a full color mode. And I'll slide to the edge here so you can see that there is actual color around me. So the first functionality that I wanted to show that's beyond the basics there is down in the right corner here with the camera on it and in orange is an image capture button. So a quick tap on that will freeze an image of what I'm looking at underneath. So you'll notice here that I'm moving around. I can zoom in on this text. It's frozen while my document is down here still in its native size. So basically this allows me to capture an area of something and zoom in and zoom out on it to the extent that I would like to. And then a tap of that camera button again will return me to my live viewing mode. If I wanted to capture and save something, say I wanted to capture this section of my tax document, I could press and hold for approximately 1 second, and it will save an image of what it was looking at to my gallery and then return to a live viewing mode again. So that's the basics of magnification and live mode and how to freeze and capture images. There are additional settings that you may want to explore, and those are found by a long press on this left-hand button, which short presses serve as contrast changes. But a long press of over a second will take us into a menu of available options. I'm not going to cover everything in the menu, but I am going to cover some of the highlights. First, saved images go to the gallery. Let's tap the orange capture button. This will enter into the menu and it indicates that there is something in there with the arrow that points to the right. So here we are. We are seeing image 1 of 11. I can use the plus and minus button to navigate through the captured images in my folder. A long press of the camera button gives me options to delete or cancel out of deleting this image. Let's go ahead and delete this one. I'll tap this button, it's deleted, and now you can see I'm on image 6 out of 10. When I press the contrast button, I will exit all the way out of my gallery back to my live viewing mode. Let's go back into our menu again with a long press on the contrast button. There we go. And there is our gallery again. Now we can navigate up and down through the menu, and I see a small triangle on the bottom edge of my screen that indicates there are items that are farther down on my list. So I will press this minus button, and that will take me down the list. As I get further in my list, an arrow will appear at the top that indicates things are above. I'll use my plus to go back up to the top. Once that triangle disappears, I know I've reached the end. So I have the ability to set my focus to a locked or unlocked mode. I may want to have it locked if I know that I'm going to be at a specific distance all of the time, and I don't want the camera to continuously try to refocus at different depths. Coming down, screen brightness typically defaults to 8. I have mine set to 4 as it shows better in videos. To enter into the menu, again, tap your camera button and you can adjust. So let's go to a 5. To select 5, tap that camera button and it's now selected. To exit out of this menu item, I'll tap my contrast button and return to the main menu. Minus button continues down. The device will auto shut off in 5 minutes. There are available options to adjust there: 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 minutes, and so forth. I'll leave it on 5, tap my contrast button, exit back to my menu. Coming down, preferred zoom of 2x. Some may prefer to have the device start at a magnification level that they feel they need. Let's enter that menu pressing the camera button again. 2x is the default. I'll use my minus button to navigate down until I find 6x, although I could navigate back up if I wanted 4x. I see that arrow that tells me there's things back above. Let's leave it at 6x and tap this camera button to select that. I will press my contrast button to exit out. And now anytime I turn the device on, we're going to start right at 6x instead of 2x. I'll continue down through my menu with this minus button. Contrasts. There are a variety of different contrast settings that you can choose from. So you can have a preferred contrast. That is the one that you like for the device to always start in. By default, it's going to start up in whatever is the last contrast mode that you are using. But if you would like it to always start in a particular contrast, you can select that. So let's say that I always prefer to see things in white on black. I can set that using my camera button to set that. We'll choose the contrast button to back up out of that menu. I can have my menu, which is what we're looking at right now on the screen, appear in a specific contrast. Let's enter that by pressing the camera button. Here we see it's black on white. Many people like a white on black menu presentation, so let's select that. And there you can see what a black on white selection looks like. You could navigate down. There are many others to choose from, but let's leave ours on black on white for right now. Continuing down, there's one more option in contrast, enabled contrasts. Let's enter that. There are 5 contrasts enabled by default. It's full color, black on white, white on black, black on yellow, yellow on black. But there are a total of 18 combinations that you could have turned on. So let's say you like green on black. We'll turn that one on. Navigate up, and we will turn on black on green. Let's exit here, and let's exit all the way out. So now we've played with all of the different contrasts. Let's tap one more time, and we're back to our main menu. Notice that contrast change is holding. Let's go all the way back out to live viewing. Here's our live view. And I want to show you the contrast change that we made with quick taps on the contrast. So right now we're in a full color mode. I'll come to the edge. You can see color on the edge there. We'll tap again. There's black on white. So we've converted everything to black on white now. White on black, black on yellow, yellow on black. Here are the ones that we just added. The reason we don't have all of them enabled by default is because you'd have to scroll through all of them every time you wanted to use the contrast button, and that can be quite time consuming. So again, customizing that to your unique needs is very important. Let's go back into the menu with a long press on our contrast button, and let's navigate down to where we left off, which was with our contrast. We'll bypass that and look at our light setting very quickly. Open that up by pressing that camera button. You'll see that they're on by default anytime you turn the device on. That's full power on. You have this option to set it to low power on, and basically this just dims the lighting a little bit, can conserve power, and this is useful if you know that you're going to be in environments where you don't need full power. Additionally, we have the ability to have it to where those lights never turn on when you power the device on. And this can be helpful if you know that you're always going to be in brightly lit environments. Let's back out of this menu by tapping our contrast button and continue our exploration of the menu by tapping the down button. The default is for our device to be in an English menu scheme. You can see that everything is reading in English right now, but you have the ability to set your menus in whatever language you like. Let's tap the camera and enter there. Here we can navigate down again. We see English UK, French, and a variety of other languages that are available to you to set your interface to. So I'm going to set mine to French right now. And you'll notice at the top, language changed to l'anglais. And I will back out one click just so you can see that my menu interface has now changed to all be in French. For the purposes of our video, I'm going to tap the camera to enter there, navigate up using the plus button, and go back to an English interface by tapping my camera button again. And I will now tap the contrast button to go back to my menu so that you can see I've gone back to a full English menu. So I encourage you to play with all of these settings because I'm going to show you something that you can do in a moment that will allow you to change them to your heart's content and then clean up after yourself. I'll continue down here. This is one that you'll probably most likely never use or very rarely use, but you can enter in and you can change your display from 60 hertz to 50 hertz if you need to. I'm not going to change mine right now. I'll tap that contrast button to exit back to my main menu. I will navigate down using the minus button. And here is an option to delete my gallery. We placed this at the bottom of the list because here you would be able to delete everything that you've ever captured to the device by entering using the camera button and then selecting yes or no. We default to no to give you one more chance before you erase everything that's in your gallery. I'm not going to delete my gallery today, so I'm going to navigate back to no, and I'm going to back out of that menu with my contrast button. I will use this minus button again. And here I can see that I can reset factory defaults, which I'm going to do in just a moment. But before I do so, let me navigate down one more item. And it is the last item, and this is the About menu. I can enter there and go in to set, by clicking the camera, the date and time for my device, by selecting the item that I want to adjust. So let's go over. Let's say it's not actually March. I can tap my camera and I'll get arrows to navigate through the month menu, and then tap my camera again to select and navigate further to continue to change the date, the time, and the year, and so forth. When I'm all done setting that, tap this button, I'm back to my About menu, and I can navigate down. I see my software version, my hardware version, and the serial number of my device can be helpful when and if I need to contact customer support or technical support. Let's back out of the menu by pressing my contrast button and navigate back up to factory defaults. Again, notice my background right now is set in a white text on a black background. We changed that when we were playing with the settings. I recommend playing with all of the things in the menu as much as you feel like, because you can always come back to factory defaults, tap on the capture button and say yes. Let's go back to factory default. My background changes back to what it was. My screen brightness has gone back to a full 8. Everything is back to the way it was when I received my device when it was brand new. So I've been able to play with everything. I can get things set the way that I want now, and then I'm good to go. So that allows, that functionality, that factory reset, allows you the opportunity to explore all of your settings to your heart's content to figure out what works for you without any danger of breaking or messing up anything. Here again, just quickly, I'll tap on this. You'll see black on white, white on black, black on yellow, yellow on black, and back to color. So those green on black combinations are now gone because we've factory reset our device. I surely hope that you find this video useful. Please let us know how we're doing and let us know how we can improve our products and services to meet your needs going forward. Thank you.